So I was living in Austin, Texas. I'd been there for about 4 years. I was really a part of the recovery community there. I moved there to just start a new journey for my recovery. And when I was there, I noticed that I had still been dealing with relapses. I would get a few months under my belt and then have a relapse. This last time, I was dealing with panic attacks, anxiety, depression, and I decided to have a drink, knowing that I do already suffer from alcoholism. I knew that I was putting myself at risk. Everything I was dealing with was just, it seemed like too much. And I ended up drinking, which, led to drinking more and led to all of the things that follow when you are an alcoholic or an addict. My family and friends were worried. They asked me to get some help, and I came to Windmill. I was working with a therapist who I was doing EMDR with, and she really loved Windmill. She had recommended it to me. She said that it would have, she felt like it would be a really good place for me because we were able to I could bring my dog, which I love. They also had different approaches here. It wasn't just the AA approach, but they also had smart recovery. And one thing we were really excited about was that they had brain frequency here. I had heard about it. I'd have had friends that have done it in the past, and we needed something different. So I ended up coming to Windmill. I also can be a workaholic. For me, my job is something that, I really want to always do well in and succeed in, and it was really holding me back. I had just gotten promoted, and I felt like it wasn't the right time. So of course I'm like, no, it's not the right time to go. And everybody's like, well, you better go now or you're not gonna have a job or anything else to look forward to. And I knew they were right. So I ended up coming and checking myself in. So I had been to other rehab facilities in my past. I had also worked in AA program. I had been involved in fellowship. I've done a lot of therapy, different types of therapy. And all of those things were helping. There had been progress, but it just wasn't enough. So I ended up coming to Windmill to figure out what those missing pieces were. So I really liked Windmill. When I first got there, it was really beautiful and peaceful. There was a lot of different clients or patients, and they had cool, fun events, which I thought was really fun and interesting because I hadn't seen anything like that before. I love the fact that they had a holistic approach to recovery. So they did different classes, and they had not only an AAA fellowship program, but they also had smart recovery, and they assigned me with one of my therapists. That was great. I really felt that I benefited from the DBT classes, which were great. They were held by the clinical director, so I got a lot out of those. They also had trauma therapy, which was something that I really needed to do, and I had a lot to process, so that was really helpful. So I think there's so much to benefit from there. I had individual therapists that I did EMDR with. That was really, really beneficial for me. So that was really great as well. I remember the first time I came here, they had a carnival. It was huge. They had all of these games. I saw them doing pie contests and all of these fun things. And I was just like, wow, seems like a fun place to be. They also had dances, Halloween parties. I did a lot of the gym. I love to work out. They have a personal trainer here that I can work with weekly. We had movie night, karaoke. That was a lot of fun. We had an event coordinator, so every 2 weeks there was somebody that came and had different roles, like the president and event coordinators, and every 2 weeks they'd come up with a different event. So it was always a great time. You meet a lot of people here that at first, you're all strangers from different places, but once you really get to know each other, it's like family. So I really enjoyed that. So there's a lot of people here that I will definitely be staying in touch with. So I would tell somebody that's on the fence about coming to Windmill, don't be. Like me, I was very much on the fence. I was very hesitant, and I did not want to come. I had to really take a step back and take a look at where I was in my life, and know that I only have one life. So, that's what I did. I've been able to take in a lot from this experience, and I feel like my life is back on track.